up, chat? Let me turn off the music. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to another stream. I just realized I forgot to fix my sub counter. You know what? That's fine. We're just gonna roll with that today. Today we are streaming Poppy Playtime. It's a pretty popular horror game that's been going popular over the past few years, and we are going to be playing through all the chapters of it. Now, over on my second channel that I used to have, I've already beaten the game. However, we're going to be playing through it again. Let me just make sure that the settings are good. I believe I tried to lower all the settings to be pretty low, and I'm hoping that we don't run into a problem because of that. I'm hoping that they're low enough. We're just going to go ahead and skip this cutscene, and I'm going to walk everyone through this game. That didn't work. Alright, so we're going to skip that cutscene because I've beaten this game before. Basically, we are in there's a toy factory. They invented a toy named Poppy that came to life and could talk. And then the place became haunted, and all the co-workers went missing, and we used to work here, and now we're coming back to visit everybody. So you're going to notice there's a little keypad there. If you go into here, you'll see there's a train code, green, pink, yellow, red. And that's the code for this. Now, fun fact, you can enter green, pink, yellow, red, or you can go backwards and go red, yellow, pink, green. They both work. And then, I can't really do it again, but there's both correct codes. And then here, you'll grab the blue VHS tape, put it in there. It's going to tell you how to use the GrabPack, or you can just hold E to skip the cutscene. And then this is going to come down, and I'm going to go ahead and grab this, and we can use left click to fire the left hand. And then we'll jump over here, and we're going to open this door. And then here we will be introduced to our main villain of the game, of this chapter, Huggy Wuggy. If you press the button, you can play a little cutscene. If we try to open this door, it'll cause the power to go out. We'll have to fidget with the door, and then make sure that we've triggered the song, and then that'll make the key appear. And then once you get the key, you can open the door, and we can begin the power puzzle. And how this works is, you're going to want to grab this. We have to use the hand to grab number 1, and then we have to wrap it around all of the circuit things. And now I'm going to open this door. You'll notice Huggy Wuggy has gone missing. He's completely gone. And we now have access back to this room. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down here. I'm going to open this door. And then you'll see some smoke. Nothing really happens here in this room. When you come out the other end, you're going to find yourself here. And we're going to go up to here. And how it works, there are going to be these little cubes you can grab. And you have to put them in these. Now, the blue one will always spawn right here. The others are randomized, but they will always spawn in this room here. So there's one right here, and I don't know off the top of my head every spawn location they could be at, but they are not too difficult to find, so it shouldn't be that hard to locate. And so you got one up there, then there's 3 down here. The one on the top will always be the blue one. The red, yellow, and green will be randomized. And then we can use the GrabPack to open this door back up, which will allow us to take the stairs all the way back up here. And then we can go ahead and put all those in. And this is going to trigger the hand, and that's going to take us all the way. It's going to trigger the hand. It's going to basically just going to bring it over here. And this is the red GrabPack hand. So this is our second hand. So we have left click for this one, and then we have right click for the other hand. And in a door like this, you're going to need to have them both held down. And then we're going to go on to here. And how this works is you're going to notice here it says there's number 2. So how it works is you need to grab it to complete the circuit. So you're going to notice that there's these circuit poles here. There's also going to be obviously your number 1 spot. But once you activate, you need to then press number 2. And so how we do this is you're going to want to make sure you go all the way up here and you're at the top. Once you're at the top, you can use the left hand to grab number 1, though it doesn't really matter which hand you use. Go down and make sure you're wrapping it around this pole, and then walk over and press it. Now, they do have a limited arm length on the GrabPack hands, so it's important that you do it in that specific way, because that's the only way I know of where you cannot, where you're not going to have to worry about running out of length. And now, what you're going to want to do here, I'm actually real quick going to turn down the audio, because I realize that my desktop audio is a little bit high. Because this game can be kind of loud. Let me make sure, yeah, we should be good. And now we're going to go, this part you're going to be moving automatically, and some toy parts will jump out at you. Then you're going to come out to this room here. And how this works is, yeah, you have this machine here, the Make a Friend machine, which you can see has no power, and you need the toy in order to leave. So we need to restore power to the Make a Friend machine, and then make a toy so we can leave. And we're going to go all the way up here to do that. And once you get up here, you will notice you're going to grab onto that. And now we can grab this with our left hand. Use our other hand to pull this. Now, once we're over here, we're going to want to walk around and pull this one back. Now, this does mean that we can no longer get over to there unless we walk around there. But since we've already grabbed it, we don't need to. So we're going to start with this one. We're going to walk around and grab this one, then this one. Never mind, chat, that's the wrong order. You're going to want to start off with this one. Loop it around here, then make sure when you loop around here, you're going on this side of it. And then you're going to go on this side of the other one. And then you're going to safely walk over and then grab the other one. Now we're going to jump down. And you're going to notice the game slows down. That means that you just took fall damage. Now you can't die to fall damage unless you jump out of the map. But now that the power's on, we can press this button. And that's going to light up these machines over here. You'll notice that this is actually the one that we came out of. And so we're going to grab all 3 of these levers. That won't let me grab it. There we go. And then there we go. And it's going to trigger all 3 of these toy parts. And these 3 toy parts are going to go into this machine. And the machine's going to turn that into a toy. So it's going to go over here. And I believe this machine's going to paint it, and this machine will put it all together. And this machine will scan it, and then it'll come up the other side. So notice that's going through this machine, and they are now properly in the right colors that they need to be in. We're trying to make a B cat character, and so we're going to put there, and then it's going to go through here. And then this door is going to shut, I believe. Yeah, that's going to close. And it's going to begin putting it together. And you'll be able to see right here that it's fully assembled. There's nothing you can really do in this area besides just sit here and watch this machine do its thing. And now we have, it's going to do a final scan, make sure there's nothing wrong with it, and make sure it looks correct. And now this is just going to come out the side of here. And I want to wait on the other side for it to come out. And then we'll just wait at the bottom. We can hold E to collect it, or just use GrabPack. Either one works. And then nobody leaves that toy. We're gonna press E to put it in there. It's scanning it, and obviously, since the machine already scanned it, we know it's gonna work. Now this part's the hardest part of chapter 1. There is gonna be a jump scare when you get over here. And so you're gonna hold shift to like make yourself go a little bit faster. You'll see Huggy Wuggy come out. And you're gonna wanna go down here into this vent. Now, this may take a few tries to do, but you're just gonna wanna follow along this vent path. And just you can watch this, like replay this clip of the stream a couple times. It helps to get you safely across the vent area. There's really not much of a strategy to this besides just like keep moving. Eventually it'll just become like a muscle memory for you to be able to get across here. Just remember where you're supposed to turn and where he'll come out of. And this should be fairly simple. Here the door's gonna actually close and you're gonna see him like start running towards you. That is meant intentionally just to scare you. The door does open back up. Same with this part where you're walking slow. This is just to scare you. He's not gonna get to you. Here you're gonna want to grab onto these boxes and he's going to fall. And you can watch Huggy Wuggy fall down into this pit. Now if you don't grab the box, he can jump scare you from there. So make sure you do grab the box as quickly as possible. And then here is very simple. We just basically just walk down to the rest of the chapter. This chapter is basically just more of like a 10-20 minute like tutorial. So we're gonna open the door to the flower where the employees are supposed to be. And we're just gonna walk down into this house looking area. I don't know the lore behind this place, but I do know this is where we're supposed to go for the end of chapter 1. If you go here, you're gonna see Poppy locked in the cage. And so we're gonna go ahead and open it and you'll hear a little bit of dialogue.
You opened my case.
So once Poppy says that, you've beaten chapter 1 and you'll get the credits. Now you can skip the credits because there's nothing really to see there. And so we're gonna go ahead and quit the game. And now we're going to go on to chapter 2. So to get to chapter 2, you do have to relaunch the game. There is no workaround to that. You can't access the launcher through the chapters. And we're going to select chapter 2 now because we're switching to, because we just beat chapter 1. And we're going to go play. Chapter 2 is called Fly in a Web. And we're going to skip this cutscene as well. But what you need to know is that basically there's a toy named Mommy Longlegs who has like stretchy arms. Kind of like Elastigirl from The Incredibles. Or like Mr. Fantastic for any of the Marvel fans out there. And my graphics need to definitely get fixed because oh my god, these are terrible. That should be a little bit better. Okay, yeah, no, these are... We're not set these to high. Oh my god, that's not doing anything. Screen percentage. I don't want to lose FPS, so we're just going to go ahead and switch overall quality to low, and then... There we go. And then the screen percentage to high. So you're going to notice that this house area is a little bit different. Poppy's not in the cage anymore, and... You can't, like, leave the area. The only way you can go is through this door, which will take you into, like, this more, like... It'll take you back to, like, this, like, to the overall, like, factory area. There is a locked... This gate is blocked off. We have Elliot Ludwig's office. He is the CEO and the founder of the company. And then here we get introduced to a new gameplay mechanic. You can grab this and then, like, swing. Then if you let go at the right time. If you do fall, it's not a big deal. You can just walk back up and then swing across. However, later in the game, you can die by not making the jump. Here, we can use the GrabPack to like pull these barrels out of the way, which will reveal the door to us, which will reveal a flower key. And the flower key is going to open Elliot Ludwig's office. So we're going to go and swing back. You don't really need to swing back because you can just walk back up here, but I find it fun to do. And now we're going to go into Elliot Ludwig's office area. And in chapter 2 you can collect these like statues as like a fun collectible. I'm not gonna show you where they all are in this stream or whenever I make this into a video. However, I might make it, if you guys do want, I can make another video in the future. There's also these secret like collectible hidden VHS tapes, which I can show in a different video if you want. Just let me know in the comments. And so what we did, for anyone that wasn't, since I wasn't like narrating it, we basically used the GrabPack to pull this off the wall, and we are gonna go through this vent here, and we're gonna go down through here, and when you walk over to here you can grab that. Poppy will push the box off.
I didn't mean to scare you.
Now Poppy's friendly. Poppy's on our side, and she's gonna try to help us escape.
Here.
So she's gonna reveal this to us. We're gonna start by going around here, and then around here. You might need to like jump a little bit to get it perfect. And then here you can just grab number 2. Now, you do have to listen to Poppy talk. If you just try to leave, it will not let you.
For so long.
And she's basically gonna say that she's gonna thank you for freeing her. She was trapped in the cage.
There's a train
And that there's a train station area in this game where you can leave, and she has the code and she's gonna give it to us so that we can leave the factory.
as soon as
And then she's gonna tell us to get up here, and we're gonna pull ourselves up. If you do hold down on these things, you can actually like levitate yourself up towards where you need to get to. And then we're gonna go back to here, and what that power puzzle actually did was it triggered this.
I should be able
So just like in chapter 1 when we had to do this, it's the same thing. Now this part's a little bit different. You're gonna notice that it's a very deep hole. So we're gonna grab here, you're gonna wanna jump off, and you're gonna wanna swing across. And make sure you fully understand that mechanic, because you can die. Like there's no jump scare, but you will take fall damage if you go down there. Here you are going to see Poppy in front of a really big hole, and she's about to get kidnapped by Mommy Longlegs. So you're gonna notice there's 3 areas here. We have, I can't read what that, we have innovation, game station, and production. Also we have research and the play place. Now we're trying to get to the game station, but obviously these are blocked off. We're gonna go down this hole because she's on our side, so we're gonna try and save her. And you're gonna see there's like a blue like light as you approach the end of this tunnel, and the game station is currently closed. So you're gonna realize that each of these have a slide, and we came out of Elliot Ludwig's because obviously we were in his office. And you'll see that this game station has a wire that connects to the power room. So the power room is what we need to go to. Now this is a very weird puzzle because things like that'll happen, and it's really hard to understand what triggers them. Basically, this here will trigger this, and this will trigger this gate. So we need to make sure that the gates don't cut off our hands. So we can grab it on this side of the blue pole, then wrap it around it. Then we can go around, and you'll notice that the gate isn't a problem because we went around it. And then, now that we're on this side, we should be able to safely avoid the gate. And then we can just walk over here and grab number 2. And then this should open up because the power's gonna activate the game station area. And this part, what you're going to want to do is you're going to see a big red hand. Mommy Longlegs is going to grab it, and she's basically going to tell you that you need to play a game with her, and that if you win all the game station games, she'll give you the train code, and we can leave with Poppy. And there's no way to skip this, so you kind of just have to like let this play out. So, if you're watching this live, then just sit here and enjoy the cutscene, and if you're watching this as a video, then just don't really worry about it. I'll be cutting this out.
If you win all 3 games, I'll give you the train code.
She's gonna tell you that she's gonna kill you if you disobey her rules, basically. And that she's gonna like tear apart your body and everything. And then, obviously, you don't have your red hand anymore. She'll go ahead and open this for you since you obviously can't. And then we're gonna use this and we're gonna pull this down. And this right here is the game station. As you walk through, the lights will automatically turn on. And you're going to notice there's 3 games here. We have musical memory, whack-a-wuggy, and then statues. And how you're going to want to do this is, you're going to notice there's 3 levers. Each are for a different game. And this is the currently only one available. And this is musical memory. And you're going to hear Stella, I believe is her name. And we actually saw her employee slide earlier in the game. And basically she's going to try and she's going to introduce us to this game. And this is musical memory, so it's basically, I think it's called Simon Says. It's like a old like kids game where you would basically have to like memorize the color order. If we go down here, you're gonna see that's where we need to go, but obviously we can't get in here. So we're gonna go through, because this door is locked. We're gonna go through this giant hole in the wall. That's for some reason here. And down here, there's gonna be a little. It's gonna cave into the ground. And so we're gonna walk down this like cave area, and we're gonna come out in a really dark room. So you'll be able to see this lever here. We're gonna pull that, and it's gonna turn the lights on. Now we're gonna start with this button, and this is gonna basically just fill it all up with these like weird balls thing. I'm not really sure exactly what they are, but this does get melted into ink. This does get melted into ink right there, obviously. And then if you go here, you're gonna notice it's gonna come out the pipe, but it's not gonna work. It's just gonna spill out. So what you would do is you can grab the pipe and we can just pull it back into place. So we're gonna pull that into place there, and we're gonna try it again. This time it will work. And it's gonna go through there, and it's gonna go here to these hands. Basically, we're trying to make a new hand since our old one got destroyed. And so it's gonna place these here, and then it's gonna move them, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna move them to this here where they got painted. Now the problem is that there's no paint in the machine. Now you do have to press the button in order for the paint to show up. But it's gonna try to pour green paint on it, but it won't work. So if you go back here, this door is actually gonna open up, and we can go ahead and just walk up here to where the green paint is. And basically there's this machine where the paint goes, and then there's this conveyor belt which has the green paint. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the paint, and I'm gonna stick it into the machine. And now we're gonna press the button again, and this time it will work. And so it's gonna paint all of them. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna press this conveyor belt button, which is gonna release them. And now it doesn't matter which one I grab, they're all the same thing. I'll just grab this one. And how this works is if you see one of these, you have to grab it with the green hand. And it holds electricity for up to 10 seconds. During those 10 seconds, you can grab these green ones to put power in them. And you'll notice that when it's about to run out, it'll start blinking and then it'll turn off. So you kind of have to be quick with these ones, but you don't have to like be holding them all in one place like you did in chapter 1. Now when you go up here, you're obviously this is going to turn off. You're going to want to go and make this right down here, and it's going to take you to, you're going to end up on the other side of here. This is the game station area. We just went in a circle. It basically went around it. Now we're going to go on to this game right here. It's called Musical Memory, and it is the first of the 3 games you have to play during chapter 2 to get the train code. And so
Welcome
this,
to
there's no way to
musical
skip
memory.
this video. This video will teach you
This
how to play the
advanced
game.
memory and cognitive recognition
Basically,
test
you
is
just have
designed
to
to
press all
stimulate
the
several
buttons as they
segments of the
appear.
brain, allowing us to see how quickly and
It'll
efficiently
give you like a
your
code, so
brain
it'll be like
works.
blue, and then you press the blue button, then it'll be like blue, red,
A
press
sequence
blue,
of
red,
colors will
blue,
be
red,
shown,
green,
and you
blue,
must
red, green, and then
recreate
you have
the
to
exact
cite
sequence
code,
using
and
the
it
buttons
continues to get
around you.
longer. And Bunzo Bunny will lower
slowly
towards
lower
you,
towards
and
you.
every time you get it
When
right,
you
you don't
complete a
go
color
back up.
pattern correctly,
If you get it wrong, it
Bunzo
lowers
will rise
faster.
back up.
So getting it wrong
When you
doesn't mean
input
you
a pattern
die, but it
incorrectly,
means it's going to become
Bunzo
harder.
will lower towards you faster.
And then it'll
If Bunzo
eventually
reaches
try to
you,
kill you.
your test is over. The test will
And
become
then
more
it'll become more
as
difficult
it
until
continues,
eventually you'll beat
with
the
longer
game,
patterns
and
in
you'll be
quicker
able to get the
succession.
train code.
That's all. Good luck.
So it'll lower faster as it progresses and as you get them wrong, and it'll also just become longer. Now the lights will go out and you'll be able to hear Mommy Longlegs talking to you, and Bunzo will begin lowering towards you. Now Bunzo will not jump scare you yet until the game starts. However, it'll lower towards you all the way to give you an idea of where it's gonna be. So it'll start banging its symbols right here. And it's not, you're not dead. If I jump up, it can't kill me. But that's just made to creep you out, really. It's not gonna kill you. And then these will appear.
Yellow,
So I'll hit yellow with the GrabPack.
yellow, blue,
Yellow, blue. And if I keep entering the code.
yellow, blue,
Now,
red.
the code is different each time, so don't just watch my videos to know where they are. But there are some
red,
times where it will,
yellow,
there are some like similarities that do appear.
yellow,
So, for example, how long each level is. So you'll notice I just beat level 1. You heard that sound.
yellow,
So we have yellow, the first one,
yellow, yellow,
and then
yellow, yellow, green,
there is about to be, I think it's this part
yellow,
here,
red,
where there's about to try to trick me
yellow,
here.
yellow, green, red, yellow,
Yellow, yellow, green, red, yellow. If you kind of like say it to yourself, it'll make it
yellow,
easier.
red, yellow, violet,
And you're gonna notice it said violet. So we're gonna go ahead and enter the code. And then if you look behind you, you'll see the violet button. And then it's gonna try to do the same thing. And this time it's gonna be orange.
white,
So well, this time it's gonna be white. Later it'll be orange.
white, red,
So it'll keep adding more colors as you
red,
go.
orange,
White, red, and this time it's gonna be orange.
white, red, orange, violet,
And then it'll also eventually add colors that aren't even like actual colors.
white, red, orange, violet, green,
White, red, orange, violet, green.
white, red, orange, violet, green, white,
Alright, and then
round 4,
I think so. This one is very often going to be blue. Start off with blue, and then go to J,
J, heart,
and then you just have to like look around and not really introduce something new as to where they are.
J,
It'll also add pi,
heart, J, by,
and then
J, heart, J, by, orange,
so it'll say or it said orange. It showed up red, but it does want you to press orange. So yeah, you do press orange there. Now here you're gonna notice to add a lot, and here the game is gonna give you all these crazy instructions. You do not have to do this. It'll give you. You have to try to press that emergency button, and the game will turn off. And Mommy's gonna get upset because obviously the game just broke.
For doing such a
And
splendid
so,
job, Mommy has
since you beat the first of 3 games, she will give you part 1 of the train code.
Look up.
Now, this train code, you can press tab to view it. It'll give you a character code. This character code is the same thing every time you play the game, so you don't really have to worry about that.
Mommy was hoping
In fact,
the
the
game
only
would
part of the
last
code that
a
changes
while.
each time you play is the last
It's
part
okay, though.
for beating the
Mommy
3rd game.
knows other ways to play.
So, she's gonna say that's fine because she has other like games you can play. And then you're gonna walk across here, and this is gonna break. So you're gonna want to grab this vent because since that broke, you need to find another way back to the game station for the second game. So we're gonna head down this vent area, and this is gonna take us back to where we need to get to. And so we're gonna go all the way here, and I'm gonna go across this area, and we're gonna make a right and then a left, and we're gonna get over to here. And we're gonna go here. This is the toy store area, I think it is. Or maybe it's just a storage area, I'm not sure. I think it's just a storage area. And what happens here is you're gonna notice this dinosaur here. This guy's name is Braun. He will not kill you at all. And what you wanna do is you wanna pull this lever for power. That didn't work. And you're gonna notice that there's now power right there. And how you get the power is you're gonna wanna, well actually you don't need that yet. What you wanna do is, now that you've activated the power, you can go ahead and grab this and begin pulling it. And you're gonna wanna, you can kinda, it might be a little bit hard to see on the camera, however, there is a track here. And you're just gonna wanna use the GrabPack and grab the handles and just walk around with it and pull it along this track all the way over to where Braun is. And so we're gonna go here and then towards Braun, and then it's gonna take us here. Now this part, and now what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna grab the electricity and we're gonna want to put it here. And then you're gonna grab this. As soon as it gets its hands on him, you want to start moving it away. That way there's no pressure on it. And then it'll eventually drop him. We can go ahead and press this button to raise the elevator, which we can now do since Braun's not on the way. Now this next puzzle is a little bit tricky. What you want to do is you have to activate two pulls, one up here and one down here. Now when you activate this pull, it'll allow you to go up here to get to the next second one. Problem is, there's no way to get to the second button. So how you want to do this is you want to make sure you get up to here first, but then you want to let go. And then while you're up here, you want to crouch and grab the button. Then you can wrap it around the pole, and then wrap it around the second pole, and then press the button. And not only will this open up the gate, but it will also allow this button to work, so you can manually pull yourself back up here. And we can now walk over to, oh, and this is I think the last part of this area. We want to just walk back up here, move this out of the way. And you'll remember there was a locked door over here that we couldn't get into. This is that locked door. So now we're on the other side of it, and we're back at the game station. Now we have the green hand, which means we can start entering the train code. However, we're actually not going to do it. You can if you want to, but it's not going to matter currently since we have a lot more to go. We still have 2 more games left to complete, and then we will be able to get the full train code. And so the second game we're going to play is Whack-A-Wuggy. And in my opinion, this is the hardest minigame you have to play. So this part can definitely be really tricky. So I'm going to give you a little bit of tips. And so we're going to walk down here. There's no puzzle or anything to get here. You can just go straight on in. And then the door's going to close on you behind you. And this game we can start playing. And basically it's like whack-a-mole. You want to press, basically mini Huggy Wuggies will show up here. And then you'll have to use your GrabPack to hit them back in. Now, they can be really hard to see. And luckily I have a plan for that, which is to increase the brightness all the way up. And then I already have a lot of my stuff set to low because I don't want to lose frames while streaming, but you guys can feel free to do that.
Dual palm GrabPack.
So we're using the GrabPack. Obviously, we don't have the red and blue one because we upgraded it since
An adorable
the red one
huggy-wuggy
got
toy could appear
the
out
red
of
one
any
broke
one of these
and
holes.
we had to upgrade it to complete
If
electricity
one
puzzles.
comes out, hit it with your grab
So
pack.
we're gonna hit it with the GrabPack as it comes out.
That's all. Good luck.
Now, Mommy Longlegs will show up and she'll tell you that the toys had strings attached to them, allowing them to, like, be pulled back if they get too close to you. But they don't have that anymore, which means that if they jump out at you, they'll just eat you and you'll die. Now, make sure you do have your brightness all the way up for this because they can be hard to see, and they do make a sound, but they can kind of be hard to hear exactly where it's coming from. So it does darken, and you may want to go, and like I'm probably not going to talk as much during this so I can focus, but I'll let you guys watch how I do it. Also, I think it's different every time as to where they spawn, though I could be wrong about that. So the strategy I'm using here is just to keep turning in like a circle. That way I'm looking at all of them evenly, and if I miss one, it's not gonna be too big of a deal. And here's when it starts getting a lot harder. They show up a lot more frequently, and they can begin to come out a little bit faster. And this is when the game definitely becomes harder. And then eventually the lights will come back on. They'll eventually just all show up at the same time. They will start to growl when they're about to kill you, so make sure you listen for that. We're gonna go ahead and just fix the brightness setting now because I don't really need to do that. And now she'll congratulate you. She's gonna tell you that she's upset and that she wants you to stay there forever. But she'll give you the second train code. Now this is the same thing every time. It's gonna be red, yellow, red, blue. And so these two are always gonna be the same. It'll be Bunzo, Kissy Missy, Candy Cat, and then Mommy Longlegs. Here it'll be red, yellow, red, blue. It'll be red, yellow, red, blue. And so she'll close that and she'll start talking to you. She's gonna be upset because the place has been abandoned, which means she hasn't been able to play these games in a long time. And we can obviously tell that because a lot of them are broken, and they, like, first, the musical memory one broke down, the second one they all showed up at the same time. They're definitely not working properly because it's been abandoned and they don't have proper maintenance. We're also sitting on a bunch of sand with a bunch of glitter on it. So you can obviously tell this place is 100% abandoned. So we don't need to worry about that. But she wants us to stay forever. That way she can kind of like bring the place back together. Now here, you can jump up to here, but obviously you can't really make that jump. So we want to like kind of like walk up here, and then you'll see there's also a Kissy Missy statue. I'll grab it since I happen to have come across it, but I'll probably do another video or stream of finding them all. And then here we can pull ourselves up to here, and then we can go through. And now we're gonna get to this train puzzle over here. And not like the train as in like escaping, but a different kind of train puzzle. So we can go down here. You're gonna see a bunch of wood area here. Our goal is to break that wood. And how we're gonna do that is we're gonna want to go to here, and you're gonna see this door open up, and it's gonna look like Huggy Wuggy. However, it's actually not. This is actually Kissy Missy, and she's a pink variant of him. And Kissy Missy is actually friendly. Like between chapter 2 and 3, she is completely friendly. She will not hurt you at all in this entire game. And she's actually gonna pull the lever to help us, but then she's just gonna turn around as it opens. There is no way to catch her. She goes off screen before you can actually even get under here. So yeah, she's impossible to catch. And now we're gonna go here, and what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna grab this cart that says Berry, and you're gonna pull it over to this gate. And then we're gonna grab the electricity and you're gonna put it here. Then from here you can grab it and move it here. Now, let's say I decide I accidentally leave it in here. If we give it a minute. If I just leave it in here and to close, you're gonna realize that both of these were to close. So what you can do is you can take the vent and get back to the beginning. So we're just gonna take a vent. In case you do accidentally trap yourself in a certain area of the game, it's not a big deal. And we can just go ahead and grab this and we can just keep going. I don't think we need to hold on to that. We can just let that one die out. And then here is going to be where we can pull this lever to open this up. And now we're going to move this berry cart over. And now you're going to see we need to obviously activate this. So we're just going to literally just go grab it, turn on, grab it. And there's several vents around here, so you can't really mess it up. And then once we're here, we can now pull this lever, and we're gonna move it up again. And this time, that's the last lever we need to pull. Now we just need to open and activate this. Now you're gonna notice that this time there's two. So what we can now, here's the problem with that. If we go to here and we try to grab it, you're gonna realize that it's gonna turn red. You can't grab it twice. So I'm gonna put it here, grab the green one, put it here, grab this one, put it here, and now it's gonna open. That way I get two. And they're gonna die, and the gate actually doesn't close apparently. It did used to close, but then there was a bug where the cart would close on the cart, and then it would like soft lock the game and you couldn't continue. So they fixed that. This berry cart's gonna break the wood down, and we're obviously not gonna go into there because, yeah, there's nothing, literally just darkness over there. Well, instead we're gonna go down here, take this hole, and we're back to the Wacka Wuggy area. And obviously that door is shut because they close the doors when you start the game. There is now only one game left to play for Chapter 2. So we're going to pull this lever here, and she's going to congratulate us on being done with 2 out of the 3 games. This is the final game for the final piece of the train. And so we're going to try to, when we give this a minute to open. And I will, that's going to break. And then that is not supposed to happen. Okay, so what we'll do is, if you do ever run into a bug, you can just go to pause the game, go to load game, and just reload your last autosave. It'll just reload that last part. So if we do reload, it'll take us back to the game station, and basically our last checkpoint, which is us using the third lever. The train is gone. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. And now I'm stuck. Okay, well, we're gonna, reload the game again because, that's not supposed to happen. Okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna quit the game, and we're just gonna reset it because, that's not supposed to be a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'll tweet the developers after the stream, I guess. because that is not supposed to happen. Load our last checkpoint. Okay, there's just no train now. And, this is still open for some reason. Can I go down here? Can I go to the Whack-A-Wuggy game? I can't. You know what we're gonna do? That's fine, actually, because let's just hope that it fixes itself before the end of this, by the time we get it.
You played these before. You're
So, you know what? I'm gonna give that a chance to fix itself. Because I've never heard of the train not spawning there.
One last time. I hope you had a fun day at the game station. See you next time.
So now, basically what happens here is that the train breaks. Is not the train. Sorry, the door breaks. So you want to grab it with both your hands, and you're going to want to basically pull on it, and to open it up, we'll open it just enough so we can actually get down here, and we can go here. Now there is a puzzle we need to do in order to actually get to the game, since the door is closed, and this is actually a really easy puzzle. So what you want to do is you're going to notice that you can go up here, but you can't actually get all the way up there. Here you can't, because you need to use this to switch it. Now I'm going to go ahead because I don't want to do that. But what you want to do is you're going to make sure, here are the only time in the entire game where it matters which hand you use. You have to make sure you're using the green hand, and then you grab with the blue hand. Because the green hand you need to have in order to switch it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap it around these two pulls. Grab the green hand to switch it over to here. And then this time, we actually can land here and then just grab it. Now there is a bug here if you do want to cheat it, where, if I can even get up here, where when you grab this, you can just crouch and crawl across here and grab it, and that actually does work as an alternative, but I'm going to show you guys the real way as well. And now, that was a weird bug. We are here at the final game, which is statues. And this is basically just red light, green light. And so that's weird. Nothing happened. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're gonna go. Yeah, I know, they need to fix some of these bugs. We're gonna wait for it to finish opening. And now I will walk in. It's gonna that door's gonna close, and that'll be in the cutscene will begin. And we're just gonna want to like make sure we're like basically hugging this wall. How this works is PJ Pugapillar, who we're gonna be introduced in a second, is gonna be moving. When the lights go out and the music plays, we can run. But when it stops, we have to stop moving. Now, you can move your camera around, but you cannot use the GrabPack. The GrabPack counts as moving. You can turn as much as you want to, you just can't use any of the keys on your keyboard, and you can't use the GrabPack. Every YouTuber I've seen play this game messes up because they use the GrabPack, and they get confused since they didn't move. So, that's PJ Pugapillar right there. And as soon as the gates open, we're allowed to start moving. So,
It was always so sad.
and so we're gonna go down here. Now, this game has a really weird ending that I'm gonna make sure you guys understand, because it throws a lot of people off when they first play it.
And never come back. They left Mom.
And so she's gonna go basically talk about how they're all lonely now,
Deserve that.
because once everything went wrong and everyone got killed, they realized that if everyone's dead, then there's nobody to play with them because they're toys. So it's like the toys killed all the humans, but now that they're killed, there's nobody there to actually help them. So, fun fact about this part, how long the lights stay out for is entirely dependent on how far you are from them. Now here, I'm allowed to keep swinging, I just can't. So yeah, he'll move to be a certain distance from you. However, if you either don't move, and like he's shorter than that distance from you, basically the lights turn on when when you can get to a certain distance from him, and then you die if you move. And so we're gonna crouch into here, and you're gonna notice that we took the tunnel that's easy. That's the tunnel on the far right. It is the easiest one. PJ will actually go down the medium one, but then the hard one is just for people who want a challenge. And you're gonna notice that there's lights in the tunnel that come on because obviously you want to make sure that you actually know when the lights are on inside the tunnel. And apparently he went through the easy one, which is weird because I've never seen him do that before. And we're gonna want to basic parkour on all these yellow bricks. And if you miss the jump, it's fine. And so here you're gonna notice that there's nothing over here, but that there is over there. So what we want to do is we actually want to try to get over towards here and pull ourselves up and break a window, and he can no longer kill us if we move because he has no way of getting up here. And so we're going to now jump down here. Obviously your thing will slow down, and we're going to do that like swinging thing we did earlier in the game to get across. And Mommy Longlegs is going to start screaming out because she's confused on where you were. Had we kept going, it would have just been a dead end, because since she doesn't want us to leave, there's actually no way to beat the last game. The last game is actually impossible. So now we need to actually escape on our own, since the train we can't really get the train code. We can't get the train code because we need to get that from Mommy Longlegs, and Mommy Longlegs cheated us. So now we're gonna go down this vent, and pretty much want to like keep going straight and keep going upwards until we get to this area here. And there's a puzzle here, this water treatment puzzle. So how it works is when you hit the bottom one, the bottom rotates 90 degrees and the top rotates 45. If you hit rotate top, it'll rotate 90 degrees. Now, so I just pressed the bottom once, then the top once. So make sure you guys do that. Then we're gonna hit the bottom one again. Then we're gonna hit the top one again. And then we're gonna keep hitting the bottom. We're gonna hit the bottom one again. Then we're gonna hit it again. And then again. And then again. And then we're gonna hit it one last time. And then hit it, rotate bottom. And now we're gonna keep hitting rotate top until rotate top lines up with these stairs there. And now you're gonna notice that it'll go this way into Bay 2. So this is the game station, but we can't get over there because that door is gonna be locked. Now here you'll notice that says nobody leaves without a toy, and there's a toy scanner, just like there was in chapter 1. Now the problem is we don't have a toy in our inventory. All we have is 2 pieces of the train code, and then obviously there's some collectibles. So we're going to go into Bay 2 because we need to actually get the toy. Now this time we don't need to make it, but we do need to get it. So how this will work is the red button will switch the red conveyor belt. You want to make sure you press that. We're going to want to go up, and we're going to stop when we get to this yellow button. We're going to press it. Then we're also going to go a little bit more up so we can press the blue button. Now we're going to want to go up until we're lined up with here, so that way it'll fall onto here. And now we're gonna want to press the red button again. That way it'll go here. And then at the last second, we're gonna want to press the button to get it to go here. Now I'm gonna grab the Bunzo bunny toy. And then we're gonna want to just begin going down until this happens. Now, if you jump in the water, you will die, so don't go in the water. Now we need to go back to the water treatment, and we're gonna move the platforms. So we're gonna move the bottom. I'm gonna hit the bottom once, and I'm gonna hit it again. That way the bottom facing there. And then we just keep rotating the top until the top lines up where we want it to be. The trick for this puzzle is to make sure that you have the bottom in the right place, and that the top is in a position where it's not like, where it's actually going toward a specific spot. And then from there you can just keep rotating the top until it's the specific spot you want it to be at. Because if it's going diagonally and then you rotate it, it'll just keep on going on the diagonal path. Now, since we put the toy in, we can now go into here. And we're going to go down this vent. Now, you're going to notice there's a left and a right. We're going to go with the left. And the left is going to go down the further. It's going to be longer, but that's where we need to be. And I'm going to grab this. I'm going to want to do a little bit of a swing maneuver. And you're going to notice that here, it'll open this. And that when we trigger this, it'll put a gate there. Which means that we can't trigger this because this will put a gate there. But we need to have them both triggered. And we need to have access to that green thing, because that's the only way we can get to number 2. So you're going to want to grab this, grab the electricity, then you want to swing back, use the electricity to open this area, and then while it's open, you're going to want to very quickly go ahead and complete that circuit there. Now, here... What's that sound? I actually don't know what that... Oh, that was... I don't know what that sound was, to be honest. You'll notice there's a little... I don't even know what this room is, but we don't go there anyway, so it doesn't matter. And then here... I believe it's going to be this here is going to break, and you're going to fall. And you're going to see there's a little gate right here, and then there's a hole up here. Now, we can try to grab this, but Mommy Longlegs is going to jump down and start screaming at us. And she's going to be mad because we cheated in her game, even though, to be fair, the game wasn't really fair on her end. So she's going to offer us a game of hide and seek. And she's going to begin counting down from 10. And we're just going to jump all the way down here. And you gotta slow down. And she's gonna begin counting down, and that's fine because we're just gonna keep running, because this is the version of this is like the hide and seek like tag version, where it's like you have to actually like tag them. They can technically just keep running once you find them. So we're just gonna literally just go down this straight path, and we're gonna jump into this hole here, and we'll crouch to this vent, and we're basically gonna keep running, because as long as she doesn't catch up to us, it shouldn't matter. And obviously that doesn't go anywhere, so we're gonna go this way. And now we're gonna grab this lever to open this door, to go here. And then there is a toy there if you want to grab it. And then we can't open that exit because it's not powered. And that doesn't get powered until like later during this chase. However, what we want to do is we're going to want to keep just keep walking around pretty much until you get to this room here. And you're going to want to basically pull yourself up here. And you're going to notice how 1 says red, you have 2 is blue, and then 3 is green. That's going to be different every time, but I know my code is red, blue, green. So I'm going to pull down red, blue, green. Now the problem is there's 4. But obviously the 4th will have to be yellow because that's the only one it can't be. Now we're gonna let this open up to avoid any bugs. Let the game load. And then we're gonna keep going down here, and Mommy Longlegs is gonna begin chasing us. And she's gonna catch up to us and gonna begin chasing us. Which means that we have to get to a good hiding spot. And that hiding spot is going to literally just be up here. So we're just gonna pull ourselves up here, and as long as we stay up here, she's not gonna know we're here. So we're safe over here when we're letting her keep running. And then she's eventually going to go away, and then we're safe to drop down. Which means that we can keep walking to the next puzzle. So we have to just continuously hide from Mommy Longlegs until we can safely get to the exit. And here there's going to be a lever. However, there's no gear here to use. Maintenance lost, gear damage, replace it ASAP. We can't go in here. So we have to ask, the problem is there isn't a gear. So we want to take this mold version of a gear. We're going to want to take it up to this furnace, and we're going to want to put it inside of it. And then from there, we can actually activate it. Now, there is no penalty for walking into the fire. You can walk through the fire just fine. You cannot get burned for some reason. There's no fire damage. And then you'll get the completed gear. And we can now put it in here, and we can now open this door. So yeah, that was pretty simple. Not sure why the employees didn't take care of that sooner. Mommy Longlegs does show up again, and so she'll be chasing us, and we're gonna go ahead and hide in the furnace. Now we don't need necessarily turn the furnace on, but we do need to close it. We do need to close it. So as long as it's closed, she's not gonna know that we're here. I don't need to turn the furnace on. I don't need to keep it shut. I need to make sure it's closed. And as long as I do that, we're good to go. And so we're going to go down here. And this is going to be the last area. This is going to be the last section. And you want to pull this lever, and it's going to make Mommy Longlegs start chasing you. And you're going to notice that the path is becoming all up here. You want to go down here. Turn into the sewer area, and we're going to want to make a left, and then make a right, and then we're going to go straight, and then we're going to want to pull ourselves up, and she's pretty fast in this part, so we want to make sure that I'm stuck, so I'm going to go downstairs, which is fine. Yeah, sometimes the game does slow down a little bit there. It's not a big deal. If you do die, you'll just respawn and can continue this chase sequence. So now that we've done that, we're gonna want to keep on. We're just gonna try that again. And so she's gonna just do that. We're just gonna chase us. We're gonna open this door. We're going to go into the sewers, we're going to turn around, go into the sewer, make a left, make a right, go straight, and then we're going to want to go pull ourselves up here, and then we want to let go, and then we can just crouch down in here. And now this is all going to be powered, which means we can go down here. And now Mommy Longlegs is no longer chasing us. So we're going to want to go here, and we can now grab onto here. And while this is going, she's going to show up again. And as long as you don't take your hand off, she's not going to get to you. This would struggle to open, and this is just made solely to scare you. You're going to want to then make sure you have your hand on this lever, since your hand's stuck in it, and that'll activate the shredder. So she's going to now start shredding. And obviously, if she's completely destroyed, she won't be able to kill us. Same thing with Huggy being thrown into the pit. And so her head's going to fall off. And you can't really go over here, but you're going to notice this really weird claw is going to begin grabbing her. And this claw is the prototype, and the prototype is the main villain of this game. So we're gonna see more of him in the next chapter, but we're gonna want to go on. And I just noticed my FMV is all weird. You know what? That's fine. I don't want to reset anything because I don't want to risk breaking the game even more. But yeah, the alignment is really weird. We're just gonna want to keep going here. It really doesn't matter if my alignment's messed up because as long as I can still use all the features, we're gonna want to go over to here. We're gonna be above it, and the train did spawn because I'm pretty sure this is not the actual game station. I'm pretty sure this is just a second model, a duplicate model of it. I don't even think this is. I think this is actually a different area. Yeah, and so now we're gonna go here. We're gonna grab this from Poppy, and she's gonna be happy that we killed her because she's not on our side.
Good. I'll board the train.
And she's gonna have us board the train so we can go home. And she's gonna open this door for us. And if we keep going straight, there's gonna be this slide. So we're gonna go down the slide, and then we actually need to turn around, like do like a 180 with your camera. And then once you get here, this is the train. We're actually boarding it from the opposite side. So we're gonna let this open. Now, so we press tab to view the train code. So we can that was the wrong one. We press this arrow to randomize the characters. Now the character, and it's always gonna be this, will be Bunzo Bunny, Kissy Missy, Candy Cat, and then Mommy Longlegs. So as you can see, I got them correct. Red, yellow, red, blue will always be the color. So we can click the colors, change them, red, yellow, red, blue. Now the randomized part is this right here, this 4-digit code. So for me, it's gonna be 1423, but it'll be different for all of you. So I'm gonna press them in the order if I press 1423, it's not gonna work. If I go 1 2 3 4 4 1 3 2, it's not gonna work. I specifically have to go 1 4 2 3. And now we can pull on this to activate the train, and the train will start moving. And the train will move, our camera will move with it, and we can basically just see here, because this is the rest of chapter 2. We just spent basically sitting on the train. And Poppy will soon start talking to us about how she was scared when she got thrown back in the case and everything. And so yeah, the train's gonna just keep on going. And there's about to be a really big plot twist that shows up. Basically what's going to happen is, as the train moves, Poppy's going to say that she's scared when she got thrown back in the case. And since we saved her and we're really powerful, she's not going to let us leave.
I'm sorry. I can't let you
So
leave.
straight ahead would be the exit. But we're going this way instead. And you may be wondering what's in this direction. In that direction is a place called the Playcare. And it's basically like an adoption center built into the game. Like the Toy Factory has an adoption center inside the factory for some reason. And they're going to go down, and this basically is where that goes. And the reason that we're going down here is because there is a villain named Catnap in the Playcare who basically Poppy is going to want us to go ahead and take care of, because that's the final villain in the path of the prototype, which means that if we can take out Catnap, we're good to go ahead and fight the prototype. So now the train is going to start going downward because she needs us to fight Catnap instead of going home. Now we don't really find out who Catnap is until chapter 3, but I kind of just explained that a little bit early. And basically what's going to happen is the train's going to start moving, and there's going to be a blinking light, and the game is going to tell you pretty soon, after this turn, to stop the train, which means that we're going to want to grab onto this, and it's and pull on it. Now we can let go of that, and we're gonna try to stop the train because it's going really fast at 1,000,000 speed. On now, the train has crashed, and we just fell over. And yeah, the train got destroyed, the train crashed, and we are now stuck here inside of this train. And you're gonna notice that it's giving us a sign leading us toward the play care, which is our teaser for the next chapter of the game. Also the final chapter that's currently out. There are more coming. There's no skip credits for this, so we're just gonna go ahead and Alt F4 out of the game because it's fine, we've beaten it. And we're gonna go ahead and open up Poppy Playtime, and I'm gonna go ahead and select the third and final chapter of this game, Chapter 3, Deep Sleep. Now, Deep Sleep, this was a little bit different. There's a little bit of UI changes. I also may experience a little bit of FPS drop, so anybody who's watching this live on stream can let me know in the chat if anything does break. So it'll give us a warning about like viewer discretion and all that. It is a horror game, so we're gonna go ahead and just hit new game. And I already lowered a lot of my graphic settings before starting the stream. I did mention on my previous stream that I am in the process of getting a hold of a second PC to stream with, so I don't have to lower the graphics quality. Anyways, here that will be out around 2025 probably at the earliest. So you're gonna notice that we're going into this weird like hole, and that's Catnap, and Catnap is throwing us down there. Now, the toys don't actually kill you. They basically just throw you in a trash compactor. And this was originally confirmed through a game called Project Playtime, which is a spin-off game. Now, we have to find a way out before we get crushed to death. So what we want to do, I think it's already too late, actually. I think we're already dead. Actually, no, it's not. We can just go here. And then we can pull ourselves up here. And now we're going to go on to this second section. If you do die, if you don't beat it fast enough, you're going to want to stand on this red platform, then jump to this one, and then to this one, and then to that one. You don't have to do that all at once, by the way. I just died. Wait, what did I die to? Oh, I know why. I do know why. So you do have to jump off of that last platform before it's too late. And I am doing terrible right now at this parkour. So we're going to want to go over to here. You'll notice that there are actually two of these. It doesn't matter which one you use. And this one's actually closer to this red platform, so ideally you want to come out of this area. And then you want to jump off here because that's going to take you straight up and it's going to crush you to death if you don't. So, yeah, these are just platforms you have to jump on. We're going to crouch into here. And then there's going to be this red door we go through. And this is going to take us to our first puzzle in the game. Actually, no, it's not going to be our first puzzle in the game. That's later. Because first we need to do this. So basically we have to jump on all of these. Once you get to here, you're going to want to wait because you don't have time to make it all the way across. But as they do spawn in, you can jump them. I'm pretty sure I've seen some speedrunners make it all the way across here at once, but we're not going to risk that. There's Catnap. So what you want to do is here. Now when you let go, it's going to very quickly move back. So we're going to grab onto this. We're going to pull it here. And then while we're holding on, we want to jump over. And then we'll let go. And now we can safely get into this vent. And here there's going to be two paths. The left one obviously doesn't go anywhere. Here there'll be a left path and a right path. Left path does not take us anywhere, so we want the right path. Now, this here doesn't actually go anywhere. Instead we want to go to this one. And here you're going to notice there's these little sockets. And you can grab a battery. First one's going to be in this bathroom area. And that'll be your first socket. You put the battery in there. Second one will be in this little cabinet area. And then that's going to power the button, which we can use our left GrabPack hand for, to get across. Now we're going to go walk down here, make a left, and this is going to be our next puzzle. So you're gonna notice, so you can't see it because of the sub goal, which I'm just gonna go ahead and hide because it doesn't even work anyways. Basically what's gonna happen is you'll see a little phone icon. So we're gonna grab the energy from the green socket and we're gonna go up here with it and use it here. And now we can grab the phone. And that's gonna close. So we're basically stuck in here. Because there's no battery, that's closed off, there's literally nowhere to go. And that's Ollie. And Ollie's helping us through the phone. We don't see her in the game, she just helps us over the phone. And so, for example, how she dropped that battery, she's gonna just help us guide us through the puzzles over the phone. Now here's the train crash. Somehow we survived that. This is where Catnap found us. Now we're gonna walk down here. So basically, after the train crash, obviously we crashed at Playcare, so Playcare's gonna be right over here. And so Catnap found us and threw us in the trash. So so what you want to do to get out here is, I'm just walking along this area here, or you can just walk along the tracks, which I actually don't think you can do because there's like like a wall here. You can jump up on these to get up here. Now we can't get through here, this doesn't work. We need to go into the security room and then down here to activate it. And how this works is when you're holding it, you can use Q and E to rotate the beam. So if I do this and then I go here, it's gonna put the beam there. Basically, this hole is where the beam is gonna shoot directly at. So if this is the default, I want to basically just press E. I want to press E once to get it to go 45 degrees, and then I'm gonna press it a second time to get it to go all the way there. And then I'm gonna go here, and that's how I beat that puzzle. It's fairly simple, but it does get a little bit more complex over the course of this game. And now we can get up to here. So this is the train that goes to the Playcare. So we want to rotate this one, and then we're going to go over here and do the same thing with this one. And when you pull both of those, they don't have to be at the same time, but you do have to pull both of those. It'll open the train, and it's going to begin loading once you get on the train. And then what you're going to want to do when it's done loading, and the loading can take a while, you're going to basically want to walk forward. And you're going to hear a message from Elliot Ludwig, and Elliot Ludwig is basically going to tell you what you have to basically explain to you what the Playcare is. It's an on-site orphanage made to entertain kids.
I asked around once. Money. I never have enough. Understanding. I can never get any. Faith. The common man has
And he decided that adopting kids and letting them live inside of a toy factory is a good idea and will make him a lot of money and make him happy. You're gonna notice that we're in a cave area now, because not only did we just blow up a chunk of the factory with the train accident, but the place is also abandoned and falling apart. So this dome here is where the Playcare is, but since this part is currently underground, it's like where we are right now, we're kind of in like a cave area that was dug into. So we do get to actually explore the cave later in this chapter, but this like red area is going to take us to the actual Playcare Center, and you'll get a very good look at it once we go through here. So we're gonna head over into here, and you'll see it kind of like becomes like really red, and then eventually, and yeah, the game might freeze for a couple seconds, you'll get to see a very good look at this Playcare Center. And so we're here in the Playcare, and now we're here at the Playcare basically, and you can see there's a toy store, there's a library, there's a little carnival area, there's a school, there's a house, there's this big statue in the middle. Those are called the Smiling Critters, and their leader is Catnap. And these are like a bunch of like mini creatures that all basically work for Catnap. So Catnap is like the main one we're gonna be facing. So we're gonna wait and we're gonna give this a second because this one's going to land right here. And we're gonna get off. And we're gonna get a message from Ollie. And basically Ollie's gonna tell us to go through this big. If you go over here, there's gonna be a big door here. Is right near the Hoppy Hopscotch, and right near, I believe that's the Catnap statue. Actually, you can go under the statue. And this right here is basically like what powers the play area, and we need to power all of these. So if we open this, Ollie's gonna give us a key for the gas production zone, and where that gas production zone is. You'll notice if this here is the train station area where we just came from, and I need to get around here, then the left of it, and what you can do when you go up here, you can make, wait, where, there's little like paths you could take. Here it is. So to the left of that is there's little stairs that'll help you get up there. There's gonna be this door right here, and this door is where you need to go, and that's gonna take us down here, and the game's gonna load because whenever you enter an area for the first time, it does have to load it in. So we're gonna go to here, and we're gonna go down this way, and this is gonna be the gas production zone. So you'll notice that all this red gas on the right, that's the laughing gas, and it'll cause us to experience a bunch of illusions. So we need to get to the left. So if I press this button, and that didn't work because I think I need to wait for Poppy to, or not Poppy, for Ollie to finish talking.
That's how we can get to him. The machine will probably have a few dumb safeguards for you to work around, but I think you can do it. I'll call you once it's done.
So we need to find a way to put the gas. So we press that button, and that's not going to do anything. So you'll notice there's a blue battery, and then there's a green battery there. The blue battery is what we really need, because that's going to give it enough power. We need to at least get to the middle. That way we can keep exploring the play care. So if you go over to here, literally like when you enter this room, there's going to be a little green battery right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to grab that. And now we're going to walk over to here. And we're going to use the green battery here. And that's going to open this door. And there's a little VHS tape you can use if you want. That'll explain to you what this item is. But this item right here is the purple hand. And basically you're going to want to use two, or just use a scroll wheel to do it. And basically have the working of the GrabPack 2.0, which basically allows you to like alternate your right hand between different ones. And how the purple hand works is you'll see these purple platforms. It'll basically like bounce you up. So if I just do this, I can like bounce in the air for a little bit. But I need to use one of these purple like bounce pads. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bounce ourselves in the air. You're also gonna notice that you have a flashlight like built into it. We're gonna we can't jump over this for some reason. We're just gonna walk around it. And it doesn't matter if you go this way or this way, they both are just gonna connect to here, where you'll use the purple hand to bounce stuff up. Now, we need to get up there, so we're gonna use our purple hand to bounce. And we're gonna use again. Now this red's gonna kill us, so we need to be careful now, because if you miss the jump, it becomes a problem. Now we're gonna pull this over to here, and we're gonna pull this one down. And we're gonna bounce ourselves up to this little ledge. And now we're gonna move this to here, and then we can bounce ourselves across. Then we're gonna finish pulling it over and bounce ourselves above the gate. And that's gonna take us to this puzzle here. So how we want to do this is we're gonna bounce, not in the direction of the arrow necessarily, but just over towards on top of here. And I'm gonna grab this, and I want this to trigger. I basically want to trigger this button here, but I need to trigger both of these pulls, which means if I grab this pull, I can rotate it to go to number 2. and then this needs to go to that hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab number 1, and then I'm going to press number 2 with the other hand, and it's going to do that. And this is going to open this door up here. And now we're going to do it literally the opposite. So we're going to have this go to here, and then this one go to this hand. That way I can grab this, and then I'm going to press the button, and now we've activated both of these. You'll notice that both of these blue lights are on. That wire is getting powered, and this wire is getting... So this wire here is what powers the door. But we need to power the gate to power the door, basically, if that makes sense. And so now we're just going to jump across. I did land on this little rock area, not in the blood directly, so it's fine. And now you're going to notice that we have 2 out of these 4 things powered. Because this comes from this blue battery, which we just don't have. But we do have just enough power to at least do half of it, since we have half it powered. So, if we press the button, you're going to notice that it's going to light up. It's going to reboot. And it'll say that's online, and it's going to move it to the middle. And just as it finishes, it's going to crash, and the lights are going to go out. So what we're going to want to do, and I believe we need to wait for Ollie to respond to us. Yeah, I think we need to wait for Ollie in order to prevent the game from soft locking. We do need to wait for Ollie. Somebody killed the power, and so that's obviously Catnap. Because Catnap doesn't want us to mess with the laughing gas. And so we're going to try to leave this area because we don't need to be here anymore. I mean, we do need to be there to fix the power, but obviously, in order to divert the gas, we need to turn the power back on so we can finish the diverting gas puzzle. So, we're going to go back to that statue room in the center of the map right here. We're going to go right here, enter the statue, and we're going to go to where we got the key, and there's going to be another key this time. And this time it's going to be a house key. We have to restore power in Home Sweet Home. So I'm going to go to Home Sweet Home, and we are going to go ahead, and it's basically going to be on the opposite side of the statue. So we will head on up here, and I will go ahead and unlock this house, and then we can go ahead and just walk in. And the game will stop and have to load, obviously, because we kind of have to. And then, now that we're here, we can just open this door. And everything's gonna, like, our GrabPack is gonna disappear because we have the laughing gas now. And because we're inhaling the laughing gas, it's gonna create illusions. Now, later in the game, you'll actually die from breathing it in. But for now, it's not a big deal as long as we're safe. And since we're kind of have to, there's no workaround, the developers will let you walk through it. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep walking. And you're going to notice that there's 2 paths. So we're going to go ahead and make a right, I believe. We're going to make a right down this way. And then from here, we will make another right. And we're going to then make a left. And then at the end here, we can go, I believe we have to go towards Catnap. So, that's actually, no, it's going to be a right. So we go right, right, left, right. And then, once we get to here, you're going to hear a phone coming from the left. So we're going to go down this way to the left and into this room. And we're going to interact with the phone. It's going to give us a warning saying that we need to run. Obviously, there's Catnap. So we're going to run away from Catnap this time. And we're going to go down the right path since Catnap went to the left. And so, we're going to then turn right here. And then, as we get to here, we're going to want to make this right, going towards this really weird sort of wall. We're going to hear banging on the doors. Catnap is not going to kill you in this part. Then you're going to start seeing as you walk towards him, Catnap is going to disappear. He is supposed to walk off the screen completely. It's just a bug that the developers are fixed. And then we want to keep walking in this really weird hallway, and it is just an illusion. We're not actually, the house does not actually look like this, obviously. And so we're gonna get to here. You're gonna notice there's a little message that says help on the phone. If it's really hard to see, but that does say help. And instead of going there, we're gonna turn left, because we're not trying to help somebody, we're trying to specifically survive. Also, this is just an illusion, so it's fine. We're gonna go down towards where Catnap is. Catnap is not gonna kill us. We're just gonna kind of stay. In fact, Catnap has disappeared. Actually, apparently I lied to you guys, because apparently we're supposed to turn around. So we're gonna turn, or make a turn and go down this straight path here. And then if we turn right, you're gonna notice there's this light here. We're gonna want to go down that way. And we're gonna keep going straight until we make it to this room. And how this is gonna work is there's gonna be a VHS tape which we're gonna insert, and this is gonna start giving us a video. And it's gonna be it's gonna basically, this is an employee training video on how to take care of the kids at the Play Care Center. Now, we were an employee, not at Play Care specifically, but we worked at the factory, so it's like, obviously, we don't need to worry about this, but we do need to still try to, we still need to listen to it. There's no script for this, so you kind of have to let this one play out.
Now, every one of you has your part in that future.
And
so
there is
should you come back
unfortunately
tomorrow
no
feeling
workaround.
unhappy for where you are or what you've done, worry not, for your supervisor is here and happy to listen.
So,
And
what we're gonna
should
so
you come back years
eventually
later,
this is gonna start
your
fading. It's gonna show a really creepy picture of Huggy Wuggy.
may you
This is
descend
known to be,
into
and
the
eventually,
dark
like if I
and
turn my
dust,
camera, it's gonna automatically
finding
turn
all
it
that
back.
awaits you
If I crouch, if I crouch, it'll look up. If I jump, it'll look down.
each hungry
I can
for your
move. I
return.
can't even like turn the camera all the way.
That they might find
And it's gonna say the phrase "Welcome home."
smile at you from a shadow. Their
And then
smiling
it's going
mouths
to,
full
and then
of
Huggy
teeth,
Wuggy's gonna
sweet,
walk out through the
plastic,
TV.
watching and waiting patiently for their turn at a warm welcome. Or perhaps
And
they
so we're
won't
gonna just
allow
let
you
this play out, and then we're
time
gonna
to
watch
figure your place
as
in
Huggy
the world
Wuggy
you've left.
exits the TV.
A world that's theirs now. Welcome.
And so this is gonna start lighting up. Huggy Wuggy's gonna climb out TV, and this is actually going to break, and it's gonna let us walk. Now here's the thing: you actually cannot escape. You cannot outrun Huggy Wuggy. That is a dead end there. So we're gonna let him jump scare us. That is intentional, and it is supposed to happen. That jump scare is scripted. It is part of the game, and you have to do it. You cannot avoid the jump scare. You have to accept that one. And you're gonna wake up here, and you're gonna be given the goal of finding our way out. So we're gonna walk. We're just gonna go straight. We're gonna open this door. And how this works is, that's half a sun, that's half a sun, and this is the full sun. If we activate both halves, we can open the full sun door. So to do that, we are going to go here. I'm going to grab this mask. I'm going to press F to equip it. And this is a gas mask, which means that we can now breathe in, we can now go into gas areas without being consumed by the illusion. So if I pull on this go-kart, you're going to notice that there's a lot of gas there, but it's fine because I can just put this gas mask on, and you'll notice that nothing will happen. Now, right here is a little bit hard to see, but there is a purple platform right above the hole, which will allow you to get out safely. And now we can take that gas mask off. We're going to pull this furniture apart, that way we can get across. And then we can go out here to where we're supposed to be. And I'm gonna crouch into here and then jump through a hole. I'm gonna walk over to this area. And how this works is we need 2 batteries. So we can just put that one in there. And then if you go over to here, you can actually see Kissy Missy. She's not doing anything at the moment that's really important to us. If we go this way, you'll see this is where we're trying to get to. And I believe there's a way for you to... Oh no, I know what it is. We have to go out here to get around. So we're gonna go back through here, and this time I'm gonna crouch. If I remember correctly, I'm gonna open this door. I could be wrong about this, and I hope I'm not. I believe, is this just a collectible? That's just a collectible. So we're not gonna go there. We do need to go back to where we were. So if we can be in this hallway though. That is something, a place where we should be. And what we want to do is we want to go. We need to get the second battery, and here it is. We have to go up here. This is what I was looking for. We're gonna pull ourselves up right here, and this is gonna take us up to here, where we can go into this room. We're gonna see that Bobby Bear Hug, I think was his name, and has fallen over. And so we're gonna jump down to here, open the door, and we can now just move, and we're gonna walk over to here. That's Kissy Missy's room, obviously, so we're gonna want to go back to where this was. And we're gonna, and now that they're both in, we can just press that, and we can walk back up to here. So once we're up here, we now have access to this next area, which is right here. So we're gonna pull on this go-kart, and it's gonna break that. Now we can go down there, but we're not going to, because that's where we came from. So we're gonna go over that and over to here. And what we want to do is we're gonna want to switch over to our green hand. We're gonna open this door, and then what we want to do is we're gonna want to go to this hole. And you can actually jump up onto here and grab the button and pull that open, and that's going to open this door here. And from there we can now climb up to here to grab this and put it in there and to get to here. And you're going to notice that Bobby is now following us. He's not going to kill us, but he's gonna be facing towards us, which means that we cannot get access to where he is, to the specifically the battery behind him. We're gonna want to basically just walk around back here, and I should be able just to grab it. Never mind, I can't. We have to go through this. We're gonna go through the vent, and we're gonna go in this vent. Will take us to where we need to be so we can get to him. So we will go out to here, and if I open this door, that's not where I need to be. This is basically just a really big maze, and I hate it so much because it's like so like confusing. We need to go to I need this. I need to put that. I know where I need to. It's over. I know it's in here. It wasn't. Where is my thing? The thing I'm looking for. No, not. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So what I need to do is I need to take this. Put it here, grab this, put it here, and then I need to take this and put it here. And now that those are both open, this is gonna fall from the ceiling, and that's just made just to scare me. Obviously it won't, because I've beaten the game before. And now we're gonna just zoom that car across, and that's gonna destroy the boxes. And we're not gonna walk through that fire, even though nothing really happens if I do. We're gonna then just keep going straight into this room, and and you'll notice that the door, if I try to close it, it doesn't close all the way. That's how you know it's the right room. And I want to put on make sure I have my gas mask on, because of obviously the illusions that Catnap will try to do to me if I don't. So we're gonna then get out here, and we're gonna grab this battery. And we're gonna actually switch hands to the green hand is holding the battery, or the purple hand, whichever you have equipped. So we can then pull that down. And this is obviously where we just came from. So we want to go the other way, and we want to go back, because that puzzle has opened. If I can, oh, I know what way. Okay, I see. So we're gonna switch hands to the blue hand to hold the battery. And then, if I can, my brain is gonna start working. We're gonna grab the green hand, and we're gonna take it to here, and we're gonna want to go up these stairs, holding the battery. And with this battery, where do I put the battery off the top of my head? I'm trying to see if I can. My brain wants to think properly. We can grab both. We can use that to deactivate him. And then we can go down to here. We're gonna take this left path, and then go straight ahead. And this is gonna guide us out. And we have both of the batteries. And then we're gonna go here. And this time we can now go back to here, knowing we have both batteries. You can press the button you notice it's 100% power towards the daytime. Which means that if we go back out here, we have this door opened, and I can just go ahead and press on it. And so here is going to be what we want to do is we can press E to use the turret, and we can aim it at it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it trigger this, and then I'm going to aim the turret at this hand, and then I'm going to pull the lever, and what's going to happen is it's going to basically power it for me. In that way I can crouch into here, and we can begin using the next turret. And how we're going to do this, we're going to start by deactivating this. That way we can pull this across and safely activate it without messing this up. We want this to go over towards this that button there. And then this has to activate the hand. And then this turret needs to activate this hand. Now, you'll notice that if I try to, now we need both of these to be activated at the same time. Now if I try to activate this, it's going to do that. Which, in the problem with this gate opening is that when I try to use this turret, it's not going to work. So there is a very easy solution to this. And that is to just grab this here and pull on it. And then I can now activate this and activate this both at the same time. And now it can return back to the dome. So that activated the power in Home Sweet Home, which means that we can now move on with our lives. So we're going to go ahead and go down here, and right over here there's going to be a button. And once you press the button, you just have to like wait around for this to come down. And then I'm going to jump onto here, and make sure that you don't jump until it comes all the way down, because then it'll start going up without you if you try to. And then here, that's locked, so we're going to turn around and go this way. And this way is going to take us up here, and the game's going to begin loading. And here we go to the, and now we've been Home Sweet Home. And we're going to exit here, and there will be a small jump scare. Not that you'll like get like dead type jump scare, but
No! Let go!
Kissy Missy will try to attack us, and Poppy's going to stop her because Kissy Missy's a good guy who doesn't realize that we're also a good guy, and so Poppy's gonna come and save us.
Makes her tense. I'm glad that Ollie
So Ollie's gonna, she's gonna verify that she was
you
working with Ollie and that we were actually all supposed to, this was all supposed to connect.
Looks like
And basically the train crash hurt us, including her, and she's going to agree to explain to why we're down here.
You deserve an explanation. Come on.
And we're gonna follow her and to this, and this is the Sky Dome, which we will return to later in the game, but not quite yet. She is going to open this, and you're gonna notice there's a key here. So we're gonna give her, well, the key. Okay, the key's bugged, but key just clips to the wall, and so we're gonna get on this with her. Now, there's really no way to avoid this cutscene. I've tried to like glitch out of it, and every time it just crashes. I just end up soft-locking the game.
I can't just let you leave. What's happening down here is bigger than all of us.
And so,
I need you. We can get revenge.
what's gonna happen? So we're gonna go up here, and she's gonna take us up to the Sky Dome. And once we get to the top of the Sky Dome, she's explaining that basically the prototype is the reason why everyone's turning evil, and how Catnap is like the villain, and that is the final villain in the prototype path. So we're gonna press this button, and the lights are coming back on, because you'll remember that the whole reason we're doing all of this is because the power went out. We need to fix the circuit breaker thing. So what's gonna happen is she's gonna start taking us down, and then as we go down, we are going to, she's explaining everything to us, and as we go down, we're basically just going to have to, we have to like sit here, and we're not done fixing the power. We're only like halfway done, because we still have to actually fix the power in the gas production zone specifically, even though we have the rest of the lights on. The only lights we really fixed were Home Sweet Homes and the dome itself. And we need them all to be connected in order to power the gas production zone. So she's gonna send us away, and what we're gonna want to do is grab this power cord right here, and the power cord is going to basically help us. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna have to walk around the dome to get to where the entrance to the statue is, and we will head into here, and we can, over here with this Home Sweet Home, we're going to insert the battery there. Now, the next one she's going to send us is going to be for the school. So, we don't have to, so she's going to say why we need to fix the power in every building. We only do the school, the playhouse, the Home Sweet Home. We don't even go like the toy area at all, to be honest. We do like the office. We do most of them, just not all of them. So we're gonna unlock the school. So we're gonna go into the school area, and here we're gonna have to fight the teacher. But in order to do that, we just need to do a little bit of puzzle solving, which is fine because I can guide you all through how to solve those puzzles. So we're going to start by entering here. I'm going to grab this, and then that'll open this door, allowing us to go through. And then we're going to open that room if we can. And we're going to go, there's the teacher right there. Teacher's disappeared. And so we're going to want
This
to...
is Mr. Light speaking. Please
There
excuse
should
the
be a
interruption.
battery in
Students,
here, I believe, but
remain
they're
in your
not.
seats until the bell has rung. And no going in the halls without a hall pass.
What we'll do instead is we're going to go into here. Here is where I believe it should be. I don't know where everything spawns on the top of my head, but you know what, we're just going to go down here, because I think there is also something in this area. In fact, yeah, there is. Yeah, there's where the battery is, right there. So I'm going to grab that, and we're going to take it across to here, and now we can power this. Now, this is just one of the two. We also need to get to this one here, and to do that we will be going to we're gonna go through up here and into this vent. So we'll grab onto here, levitate myself into the vent area, and then we're gonna crouch down and just keep going. And then we're gonna drop down into here. And so we're gonna grab that, and then I can pull myself back up. And we're gonna go back to where we came from, obviously. And so now that we're down here, we're gonna put the battery in there. We're gonna grab the energy socket, and we're gonna take that down to here, and then we're gonna just walk across here, and we can open this, and it's gonna get locked. So now that she's locked it, we need to find another. We need to basically power it back. I think I forget exactly what she was trying to get us to do, but I know that there is a key we need to get. No, I know where it is. If I remember correctly, it is here. Why is there a vent there if you can't? Oh, there. Here, I see. Well, that's just gonna take us back to where we came from, so that's not gonna be it. What we'll do, I mean, obviously it has to be in this area since the game just made us unlock it. Oh, now it opens for some reason. Okay, that was really weird. I guess just wait a minute. Well, then that door is obviously going to be locked. So what we'll do... Oh, I know where we are now. So what we need to do is we need to grab the battery, which is in here. It's not in here. I'm pretty sure that the battery... Oh, I see where we gotta go. Is up here. And then up here we're gonna go down this way. And then you'll get to see a glimpse of the teacher, who you don't really have to fight, but you do have to escape from.
You're not like the others
And
you
then
mentioned that way. I wonder
you
if
can
your
pull out the way to
screams
open
sound
this
like
back
theirs
up.
too.
Walk over to here,
I look forward to finding out.
and then that's gonna close, so we're not gonna do that. We're gonna have to go back. Also open that door, because that door's actually faster. So we're gonna go that door. Give me this, and then give me that. And this is the final room for this area. After we're gonna then, that's number 2. So we want to grab number 1, wrap it around, and then grab number 2. And teacher's gonna come in, and she's gonna start destroying the generator because she didn't like that we opened it. And how this works is if we turn away from her, she'll start walking towards us. Like, if we're out of her line of sight, she can begin progressing towards us, basically. We basically need to keep an eye on her at all times. So you make sure that no matter what you do, she does not leave your sight. Because if she does, then you're basically screwed. So we're just gonna basically want to keep moving. Whatever you guys do, do not stop running around, because unless you're in a position where she is out of your line of sight. So we're gonna make sure that you can always see her at all times, unless you need to turn away for like a very split second, because and then she can also just go through here as well. And so we're gonna need to keep her there. But then luckily for us, this does have a lot of energy on it. Never mind. That did not work out for us at all, really. So this is fine, we're just gonna want to keep moving. Yeah, we might die here, but you know what? If we do, it's not a big deal. We'll just try that again. And I'll just say that we're wasting time and all that. It's not a big deal. Just keep on moving. And then we're gonna have to definitely try to get that a lot better next time. Also, I haven't played this game in definitely a while, so that's gonna be a big flaw here. It's been a little bit since I last picked this game up. So we're gonna open that door. Make sure that she stays in our line of sight. Like, she's not gonna teleport, but like, wanna make sure that as she progressively gets closer to you, it's not gonna become a problem. And then we're gonna wanna do that. Make sure you guys try to get that like while you're there the first time. That way you don't have to like go back and like keep looping her around. And now we're gonna grab this. And then we're gonna do that. And now it's gonna be, and she's gonna try to get in here, and that's fine. You can't really stop her from coming in here. And like, even if that gate closes, which it will, she can still just teleport in. Now here, there's gonna be is where we can grab the second battery. And what we can do is we can pull this off, that way we can always access that door. And she can do that herself, so make sure she doesn't leave your line of sight here, as she will try and kill you. Because she can just go through the door, so you're not really safe here. So make sure that you just keep an eye on her here. This is actually the easiest part of this section, to be honest. In fact, this is good. She just went ahead and opened that door for us. So you know what? We're happy about that. We like that she did that because that may sound like a bad idea, but you know what? That's actually really good. And now we need to make sure, since we're gonna let her move by looking down. And now that she's stuck there, we can now get into here. And obviously now that she left her line of sight, she's gonna try to make a move. And now that door's gonna open, and we're gonna start running, and she's gonna begin chasing us, and she will not stop moving no matter what we do. But what we can do is when we get to the end, we can pull this lever, and she's gonna run very quickly, and then she's just gonna get stuck. And then this is gonna open, and we can just walk on ahead. And the game will eventually start loading. Now this part, okay, so this part's known to be one of the scarier parts of the game, which is fine. I'll just make sure you guys at least know how to do all the puzzles here, and give you some tips on how to survive here, because we're in the cave area. Now, I did mention earlier when we were entering the play care that we were underground and we'd explore the cave. Now, the section after this cave is a little bit tricky. So, make sure you guys have this hand, by the way. How it's a flare gun, basically. It'll light up areas. There's a limited use on it, so once you run out, you will eventually need to wait for it to keep recharging back up. But we don't need that yet. We don't even need it until after the cave area. We need it for... Why did my thing not work? It didn't bounce me for some reason. But that's fine. We're just gonna go on. So you can grab the battery from over there to enter the cave. And now we're going to move on to this puzzle right here. This puzzle was fairly simple. And then what I'll do is I'm going to keep going. And then here, and so we're gonna activate that, and I just died. That was not supposed to happen. Alright, we're gonna go down to here, and we're going to go ahead and bounce myself up, and we're gonna go and bounce myself down to here. And last time my brightness started being weird and I couldn't see anything. So I want to grab this, grab here, and that's going to activate this. We're going to try to bounce myself up here. And this is basically where we're going to... And then here, this puzzle is a little bit tricky for some people. So I'm going to make sure it doesn't become too complicated. Basically what we're going to do is I'm going to bounce myself up to here. I'm going to grab this. This should lean towards this way. And then this should lean over towards here. And then we're going to grab that one and we're going to push it over to there. And then that one, and we're going to make sure it'll go over towards there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to activate this turret. We're going to line it up there. Now, the obvious would be to pull this lever, but we're actually not going to do that yet. we're not going to pull the lever just yet. Instead, we're going to bounce ourselves across, and then we're going to pull the lever, because we want to make sure that I'm in this elevator by the time this puzzle finishes, because that's going to close the gate. So if I'm not in there, it's going to leave me behind, and I don't want it to do that. So we're going to make sure that we don't make that mistake. And now, I believe this is the end of the cave area. And we're going to then go... We can go... This is the Playhouse restricted access area. Now, the Playhouse is definitely probably the hardest part of this chapter. So this is the final chapter of the game, but this is definitely the hardest part so far that we're gonna have to do right here. So just hang tight, and we're gonna try to get through this. So you do need the flare gun here, because as you're gonna see, that's gonna come out, and if you shoot him, it's gonna scare him away. Now here you can pretty much just run across here. And then yeah, we're just gonna keep running. Then we're gonna go down this slide, and then down to here. And now we're at this part. So this part is known as one of the harder parts of the game. I may even go as far as to say it's the hardest part. You basically are gonna need to make sure that nobody, basically you need to try to make sure you want to get across here, pull that box, and then make sure that nobody tries to eat you or anything. And this can take a little bit of tries, but it's overall not too difficult. And then we're gonna want to pull down onto this button. And then we're just gonna run down the slide and then up to here, and it doesn't really matter where we go from here. Now we're just gonna press that button, and here we're now safe. And we're just gonna jump off and open this door quickly, and we're gonna run down. They're not gonna kill us here anymore. We're just gonna keep on moving downwards. And I missed it because they didn't go downward. It didn't go down. Apparently we're gonna go up. I remembered it being down, but apparently it's up. It's not up. Huh? There's a door here, but we can't get out of there. Okay, we're gonna go down then, because up didn't work. We're gonna try to see if down works this time. Oh, there it is. There's a door right here. Okay, so now we're gonna be taken to the swimming pool. It's completely empty. We're gonna open the door here, and we're just gonna walk across. And this here is where the game's gonna become tricky. So, Dog Day is gonna start talking to us. And you're gonna notice that half of his body has been chopped off.
Nothing left to save. Not here. Bird Cat, Absolute Angel. They're home. A myriad pairs of eyes are on you now. Watching, waiting, hungry.
And so we're gonna...
nothing more than to crawl beneath your skin and eat away at you bit by little bit. Fill what feels empty inside.
So he's gonna just keep talking to us here, and then eventually he's gonna get killed by all the other smaller smiling critters, and then we're gonna get a chase sequence.
These little toys all catnap to avoid that very fate. And in return, They are fat.
So we actually need the
Trying to fight
purple hand for this, by the way.
control. I am the last of the smart.
Actually, no, we don't. We need the. We're gonna use
Listen to me.
the flare
to
gun.
get out of this place.
For now.
You need to live. You and Poppy could fix this. End this madness. The torments. Oh no.
And so now he's going to get eaten. So we're gonna start to like move back because we want to get our really lucky with as this floor is going to be breaking in just a moment. And he is now evil. He is now on the run to try to eat us. And so we're just gonna immediately go up into here. And we're gonna make sure that we go the right way. And the smaller smiling critters can show up here, so you want to make sure that you do not go the wrong way. And then we're gonna go down into here, and we're gonna just keep going across. Now here's where we're gonna switch to the purple hand, and we're gonna go down this blue slide. And then once we get across here, we're gonna enter this room, and we are going to jump across to this elevator, and we're gonna keep going back up. And then we can head down the slide. And this is the end of, so we tried to go to the school and revert the power, but the teacher destroyed the generator, so we escaped. We ended up in the playhouse, and that was extremely dangerous. So now we needed to do 2 of the buildings. We did the Home Sweet Home as one of them, and we tried to the school as the other one. It didn't really work out that well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this instead we're gonna go to the office. So I'm hoping that Poppy's not gonna there he goes. Okay, I don't want to just have to hear Ollie talk because I'm trying to guide you guys through how to beat this game. And so we're gonna take the office key and we're gonna walk up into here. This is the office area. And this part is a little bit, it's like, my only problem with this part, that's kind of hard to see things. However, once I can see, it's pretty simple. Like, it's pretty straightforward, it's just a little bit hard to see where things are. Like, for example, the battery's up in that vent, which is just really weird and kind of confusing because I don't really know where stuff is. Also, you have to now grab the battery out, which you weren't even able to even do earlier in the game, but now you can. So what we'll do here is we're going to keep going straight down this path, and we're going to go and we're going to reach into this hole in the wall to get the battery, and now we're going to go down this way, and it's pretty simple. We're kind of just going straight ahead, but like but later in this part it'll be the brightness will become weird. We're not gonna go that way. We're specifically going this way, over towards where this pit is, and then obviously we can just jump across it. And now we have another cave puzzle. So how this is gonna work is we will start at the bottom, I believe, if I'm correct, which I'm clearly not. Oh, I see what we have to do. So we need to grab it here. And then I need to like trigger something, I'm pretty sure. And I forget what I needed to trigger. But there's a way to power this area, and I'm trying to remember what it was I had to power. What do I have to do with this? Isn't there like, if I remember correctly, there's a green hand somewhere here, and I don't see that though, but I remember there was one. Oh, here it is. We have to just pull ourselves up. Never mind. I see what I need to do. So we wrap it around here. Then we can levitate ourselves over. And now we're going to let go. We're going to grab it here. Jump over. That did not work out at all, so we're going to try that again. Try to get up to here. Because we can't just grab this because we haven't powered this one yet. So what we can do is if we go to here, we can do this one and then I'll power these. Which means we can now go up to here. Go up here. Power this. Power this. And that's going to bring this area up and we can pretty much just go straight across. And now we're going to enter the office. We're going back to the office. And here we need to go to the head office. But that requires a key to get into. And so to get the key, sorry, that needs a key. We need to go to the head office to find that key. So in Stella's office, we can go here, open that vent, grab that key. And the key is going to take us to where we need to go. And so we want to head down here. And if we go up, which is where we can go. And then you can't really get into there because obviously there's no like place like stand up on. So we obviously will have to go down this path. And then you'll notice that there are other paths you can take. Those don't really go anywhere. We need to specifically follow the lights. In other words, we need to basically just keep going straight. And then we do need to turn on the gas mask because it is really hard because there is some red over here. I know you guys are going to have some trouble seeing, and that is not like an OBS thing. It is literally just how the game is. It's really hard to see here. But what you can do is you can pull that open. You're going to see there's a green hand. And so we're going to open this door. We're going to basically open all these doors. There's 3 doors here we're going to open. And so we need a battery in order to get to that. So this is where that hole in the wall was from. So we can just go ahead and grab it back out. And we're going to place it here. And then from there, we can basically power on this area. So we should be able to see properly in here. And then there's one more door. And then this should power this room here, where we can take off the gas mask. And here, this is actually done, this puzzle pretty much are done for us. Problem is that we need to get up to there. So, what we can do is we're going to want to make sure that this is aligned to go straight into there, which I'm pretty sure it is by default. And we're going to want to move the turret to this hand, because both of these circuits basically share a turret. And this, sorry, I messed this one up, didn't I? You want to switch this to go to that turret, and then make sure that the hand's in the right place. And we're gonna then, this is gonna get activated. And so what we can do is we can just basically just parkour here. And then from here, there's gonna be this. And this is gonna be locked in a case. So in order to do that, we're going to basically want to like pull it down. And this is not working. So we're going to just have to go back up there because that's not going to work for some reason. Can we just push it down? There we go. And that's gonna break. And this is a bug where it will grow bigger. It still works. but there is a bug where that will become giant. And so now we're going to take this, and we're going to bring it to this elevator. We are also going to take this here, and we're going to grab this out of the wall. This really giant one. We're going to put this on the elevator. Both of them go on the elevator. And we're going to turn this off, because we don't really need this anymore. And we're going to switch this to go to here. And then the turret should be good. And then we're going to want to go here, and we're going to want to make sure that we're good to go. I'll hold this in my hand, and now what we're supposed to do is, I just messed up. So what we need to do, and I forgot to do earlier, is to make sure that when we rotate this hand, when we go up here, there's a lever we're supposed to pull, and I didn't pull that, so I just messed that up. So I'm gonna go all the way back up to here, and this is not gonna work out for me either. Yeah, this is really not gonna work out for me very well. We're gonna pull this lever to open this up. And we can just go ahead and put that in there. And I just realized that we have a really bad issue here, which is that this fell into an area that I can't really get to. Okay, this should work, and then if I can pull this back down. Okay, and then what we'll do is we're going to go back up. I'm going to take this with me. And then we want to pull this lever. This is going to come on up. This is going to come with me. And we are going to go way, way down. Give me this. Turn this off. And now we're going to go back up. And we're going to be done with that puzzle. We're going to try and not drop it because for some reason it doesn't want to go in the socket. Okay, why does it not fit in the socket? This is a... Why can it not fit? Are you serious? It won't go in the... Okay, we're gonna have to reload the game because that puzzle just doesn't work. And I hate that it's buggy, but you know what? That's just how it is. So now we're gonna have to go all the way back up here. And go there. This can go into here. I'm gonna grab this. Okay, now we're gonna grab this. And then We're gonna grab here. And now this time it should work. There we go. And then what we have to do is we're gonna have to turn this off. Yeah, then this has to be powered. Oh no, I'm wrong. Sorry, that's not right. This has to then go to here. And then plus that, this should all connect. Okay, there we go. And so now here it's gonna be weird because there's an invisible wall. Here you kind of have to like crouch and stuff. This part's like really hard to, like, you have to crouch to even get over there. And now we have to use our gas mask to get across here. This is the end of the game. We're like very close to finishing this. So we should be near the end here. We're gonna then go down, and if we open this door, we're gonna get jump scared by Catnap. Oh, then okay, here's the jump scare. And then he's gonna. That's intentional, by the way. He will intentionally jump scare you. Okay, so here we are. This is the place where we came from. So we get to see, like, in color the outside of the factory. And now, basically, because of the gas mask we inhaled, because when Catnap jump scared us, he destroyed the gas mask. So we're experiencing all these illusions and visions of like earlier in the game. Because, like, yeah, we were already here earlier in this game at the beginning of the stream.
You know what's happening.
This is Home Sweet Home. You can even see Catnap over there. And basically, these kids are the toys, I believe. So it's gonna take us to here. These are the kids that are in the school. The school is distorted because we have no memory of the school being put together because we stopped working here. And now it's gonna take us. Can you move your camera around a little bit? This is the playhouse. We can see these kids were one time playing in the playhouse at one point before they died. And so now we're gonna go here.
Do you even know what's real?
I believe we're in the office area here, which is where we currently are. It's basically taking us back through the game. And then here, we are going to take it across. Just going to show us where you will be.
No, you don't.
And now it's gonna fade to black, and basically this right here is how the story started. So here, this is how you really first saw him at the beginning of the game, and it got attacked by the prototype, and the prototype tried to destroy everything. And so now we're awake. And so we need to escape this place, obviously, because Catnap is not happy with us. So we're gonna have to get out of here. We're leaving this place, and we are not going back there because Catnap is there, and we don't like Catnap. I mean, we do have to stop him so we can get to the prototype, but still, we don't want to come into contact with him unless we absolutely have to. So now we're gonna go ahead, and we don't have the flashlight thing anymore. And so we are going to finally, we need to finish this whole power thing, and this is going to reach us to about 95%.
Poppy used it when he met up with her earlier to activate the skylight. Go back over there and find the cord. Then we'll have enough power.
And then we need to grab the Skydome key, because the Skydome was, since there's no more power in here anymore, like inside the dome itself, and because Catnap destroyed, because the Catnap basically got rid of that. Now, we already knew, when we turned the power back on, it was through the Skydome. So she's going to give us our own Skydome key so we can go and take care of it ourselves. Since Poppy and Kissy Missy, they're just gone now for some reason. So we're going to grab this cord. And this will basically power the actual like dome itself. We attempted to reach daytime power at Home Sweet Home, and it did work, but then everything kind of just keeps getting destroyed every time we try to do it. So we're gonna plug this in, and
That should be enough power. Now take that huge battery to the
there is a
gas
huge battery that's
production
about to spawn
zone
right
so we
there.
can get
No
out of
clue where
here.
that even came
It's the
from.
door for the
And
cable
this
going
blue
in
power
right
cell
now.
is going to go. We're going to take this to the gas production zone, because this should be able to power the Playcare, because this has enough energy to do that. So we can go down to here. It'll have to stop and load, but this is how we're going to power the Playcare now. And so we're gonna head into here and over to here, and there's about to be, if we turn right, there's gonna be a socket for the blue power cord to go. And Catnap is about to show up and start chasing us. So what we want to do is he's gonna start filling the place up with his gas. We're gonna want to press the button, and he's gonna start. The elevator's gonna slow down, and you're gonna see like a skeletal version of him, with like this really big mouth, and he's gonna be chasing us back up, because we have we're inhaling his laughing gas, because we don't have a gas mask anymore. He basically went ahead and destroyed that for us. So. And then, so our goal here is to survive. So this is like a final, like, boss fight type of thing. So how this is gonna work
I hope this is coming through.
is
There's no time to
we need
waste.
to basically power on everything. So we're gonna take this. That's gonna go here. That will go here. And then this one is gonna go
Both the left and the right.
here.
There'll be green power receivers in those little rooms. You can block off the hallways before Catnap gets to you.
And then
Try them.
in order to power this, we need to go to here. And we're gonna wanna do this.
Good. You see Catnap?
And you'll see how that activates the gas. So basically, we want to make sure that if Catnap shows up, we know how to get rid of him and how to use the gas. And so here we're gonna see is him. He's showing up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that to stop him from showing up. And then that's just an illusion of him, so that one's not even real, so that doesn't matter. And then that one's fake. You have to keep checking each time, see which catnaps are real and which catnaps are fake. You can also come through the ventilator, so we will take out this one, which should allow him to okay, yeah, we're dead. Never mind, chat, we're not dead yet. So that's an obvious fake one. The vent versions of him will always be real, I think. So if he ever shows up while you're doing something in the vent, then that vent version will be fake. His vent version is never real. So the vent will always be real, so we're going to make sure that we keep this vent closed at all times, because it does show up. The vent's definitely like the best one to get, because if you do get him in the vent, then you know it's real. So we're going to grab this. So this is where the game does become pretty difficult. We need to keep this closed. And make sure, if the illusion versions do get to you, you will still die. Even though they're fake. And then we do need to grab this pretty quickly. And then we're going to want to quickly shoot it back at him. And he is going to begin getting electrocuted. And he's going to start burning. Because fire and electricity obviously don't mix well, and he's going to start burning to death. And so, because he supports the prototype. He wants to make the prototype more powerful. So he right here is going to sacrifice himself to the prototype for his survival. So, obviously he's dead now. He's doing that. Catnap did this intentionally. He wanted this to happen. Because he is trying to sacrifice himself to the prototype. So now, the green hand is gone. Now the weird thing is that the green hand actually does reappear later. So obviously it's a bug because it wouldn't just disappear and then reappear. But I don't know if it's reappearing unintentionally or if it's disappearing unintentionally. Like, I don't know if we're supposed to have a green hand or not right here, because I can always just get it. I can get it back more easily. Never mind, I can't. But it does show up again later, which is really weird. And I'm not sure why. Like, are we supposed to have it or are we not supposed to have it? Now we have to actually go ahead and use this big blue battery because it didn't work originally, since Catnap found us before we did. Now we can press this button, make sure that this signal goes here. This is, you notice this is empowered, and that's due to a bug, but the game doesn't know that we did it. And now we can do a restart on that, and it will turn back on, and this time it will this time it's gonna go to the left, which is what we wanted it to do. And now we can see everything is where we need it to be. Only problem is that problem is that we don't really Catnap and prototype. They don't really want us to do that.
Good, you're here.
So Poppy's gonna show up through there, and you're gonna notice there's a little VHS player there. So we have everything in here done. The play care has power again. The Catnap has been defeated, and the smoke has been diverted where we need it to be. So now Poppy's gonna go and explain to us what happened. We're gonna find out the truth. So what happened? Where are our friends?
This is your answer.
Because either way, we do need to stay behind, and we need to help the prototype. Because if we try to escape on our own, we're not going to be able to. So, which means that we need to defeat the prototype before we can leave, and we need to avenge our dead friends who also involved it. So this is the Hour of Joy. Basically, you can see there was Huggy Wuggy. This is the old like beginning sequence of the game. And you notice how Huggy Wuggy came to life and started killing everybody here. And so, there's the game station from chapter 2, and there's Mommy Longlegs just completely destroying everyone and everything here. Over here, I don't know for sure off the top of my head what I'm looking at, but you can see there's parts getting destroyed. We have someone being chased through the office by the teachers in the school. You can see Huggy Wuggy come to life when they try to get rid of him. That's Boxy Boo, who appears in a spin-off game called Project Playtime. And then you can see there is Catnap destroying the playcare. Everybody everywhere is dead. And yeah, there were no survivors left. They didn't get any, no, there's the red flower, which is where they were all taken to. And yeah, none of them, they didn't make it out. So there is, I remember hearing every moment of it. She got locked. Poppy ended up going to the cage to try to survive, and she got stuck there until we showed up. And nothing they did worked. And that's how we got to where we are today. And so now, I know the question I have is, how did we find out? Like, when we were told to go find the flower, who told us to go to the flower?
They killed everyone. The guilty, the innocent.
So yeah, it was...
All of that death didn't fix anything. And then...
So then, basically, all of them, they all got taken down into the underground area, and
ate the bodies.
it just feeds off their bodies, and that's how the prototype is surviving. And so Kissy Missy's here, and we're basically about to go into the underground to fight the prototype once and for all, because we've done it now. We have powered the playcare on, we've gotten the red smoke diverted, and now we can safely get down here. So how this is gonna work is Kissy Missy is about to pull this lever, and then we're gonna and then we're gonna go down there, fight the prototype, and then come back up. And then do we have to... There we go. So now we're gonna go down there.
Once we hit the ground, we need to be cautious. There's something...
You can hear something happening.
No! No!
Yeah, we don't know what happened to Kissy Misty here.
Come on, go faster! Kissy!
Well, then there it is. That's the end of the game right there. Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. That was the end of it. So we're gonna go ahead and skip those credits. And yeah, that is Poppy Playtime right there, the full game. We'll be back again tomorrow with Planet Coaster. So subscribe, you guys don't want to miss that. It might be a little bit later than 10. But yeah, normally I go live around 10 a.m. EST. I'll be live all week. Either Wednesday or Friday. I forgot off the top of my head when it is. I have something important going on around 11, and so I'll have to change up the streaming schedule a little bit. But that's today's live stream, and so yeah, I'll see you guys back again tomorrow. We're gonna be playing Planet Coaster. I'll see you all tomorrow, chat. Goodbye.